I think I fixed it so that YouTube chat now actually shows up.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna let you stream. Bye.
You want to help me test it?
No, sorry.
No? Okay. Run away like that. But she's not live yet. Of course she's live, okay. Did it change how... This is a fresh battery, so hopefully it doesn't die, but we got another one charging over there in case it does.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Hi, Demon. How's it going? Come on. Here we go. We're back on Tales of Arise. I think I fixed chat so it actually shows both Twitch and YouTube, but I'm not entirely sure also. Today. I don't remember what we were up to, but I remember we just got to this teleporter. Hi, Owlet. How's it going?
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
I don't know if YouTube is actually
But it's just a
connected.
wall.
It should be.
How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Touch the wall. I titled it wrong? What did I title it wrong? Yes, I have seen the YouTube short comment. Owl said Owl won, but Owl didn't win.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
Hey, thanks for the follow. How's it going? What's up, Cyber?
What?
What the?
Uh-oh, something's happening.
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden.
Alec, can you say something in
How have
YouTube
you
chat to
been
make
feeling?
sure this is working?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my
You know, I probably
homeland.
could just do it
You
myself.
aren't the
Wait.
captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway.
Okay, it's not working. Not
So,
even on my phone.
What's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them.
Now
Like
it's
the
showing
other
up on
Renans, I
phone,
mean.
but it's still not.
How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
There we go. I think
Maybe
YouTube's
they're
connected
not like
now.
me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana.
It should be appearing in
That'll
the
be the
top
end of
left
it.
corner now when Owl speaks on YouTube.
I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them.
It is.
Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine. but what did
You're
we just
right.
witness
It
exactly?
is
It was too
unreadable.
real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation
can
we
you
had
read?
300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis.
I can't really make
For all
it
we
too
know,
much bigger right
Perhaps
now.
we're close to the spot where all
I'll
that
have
energy
to-
was stored.
It's about time
So
I
you
get a
think
new
it
theme
might have been
anyways.
the
I'll have to make a
energy
new one.
itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
I'm not gonna title
okay?
it Tales of
Yeah.
the Nublet.
It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Oh, boss fight. Already? Wow, we were right next to a boss fight. This is the second stream in a row we started right off with a boss fight.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
Alright. That thing's head's its weak spot.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Faria to get those zoogles like that before.
How that was a stone that looks suspiciously like a master core.
What the? Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the zoogles. Then we get to the man. Aim for the weak stuff. Try harder! My turn! Time to let it rip! Coming through! Ha! Now!
Okay.
Scarlet Inferno!
Will this
Demon Fang!
If I was to guess, this thing's... Oh wait, this thing's weak to light, right?
Be still! Soaring Light Spear!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
I owe you one.
glacial spear?
Be still!
Here, let me help. That is fun. Glacial spear.
Flaming Thrust! Dazzle! Rising Phoenix! Flaming Thrust! Rising Phoenix!
Pull myself together.
Be still!
I really owe you.
Rising Phoenix! Be still! What is this?
Hey, you okay?
Doo-doo.
Still do this!
All good things come to an end.
More where that came from.
Better if you don't get out.
Just in here.
Soaring Light Spear! Demon Fang!
Rip and tear!
Freeze Lancer.
I'll finish you here and now!
My turn!
Inspiration!
Healing circle.
Oh, it's frozen. Wait, who froze it?
Swallow this.
Who has the ability to freeze? Wait.
I'll crush you!
It's probably Rinwell.
Tenebrous Claw!
Or, it's definitely Rinwell, but... Like, when did Rinwell have the ability to freeze?
Say no more! Here I come!
Dragon Shout!
Flaming Thrust! Be still!
Here and
Soaring
now!
Light Spear!
Eagle Fly!
Be still!
Dodge, dodge, dodge.
Not today!
In a bind? Freaking does it!
Leave the charges to me!
Be still! Soaring Light!
Inspiration! I could do this all day! Watch it! Inspiration! I really owe you. I'll tear you apart! Stand! Wearing
deserves to be let free.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
The
I'll
earth
bring you back
throbs
from
in
death's
pain.
abyss.
In a bind?
Will this help?
I've still got the fight left in me.
Here's a healing arc.
Thunderblade! Illuminate the top! Magic is there!
Dragon shell!
Holy
Be
lift!
still! Inspiration! Ready to go!
Do this all day.
I'll heal you all!
Be still! Hurricane! With the
No, watch this.
Can't end here!
Don't give up.
Purge, Moonlight!
Glacial spear.
Sweet now! Evil!
Talon Hurricane! That freaking does it!
Lightning
Not
orb!
done yet!
More where
Here,
that
let me
came
help.
from! First aid!
I've let you all down.
Sorry. Corruption!
Demon Fang!
Where are you going?
This one's all mine!
By the power of water.
Lightning Thrust! Soaring Light Spear!
Guess we're just after orders!
Lightning Thrust!
Power of
You're on! Lightning Thrust!
Champion!
You're on! Try harder! Not a chance!
Here's another!
I can do this all day.
We've got him on the run!
Don't get cocky!
Right.
Here comes!
Still anyone's fight!
Oh,
You are gonna pay for that! Be still!
Here's the evil!
Soaring Light Spear!
armor is all mine!
Here we go.
Dragon! Watch
I'll
this!
bring you back from death's abyss!
You're on!
Eagle assault!
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out! Denied! Left in me.
Healing circle.
Thanks!
Take care of...
Need to pull myself.
Radiant pierce!
Be still!
I'll bring you back from
Soaring
death's
Light
abyss.
Spear! Hurricane! Lightning Thrust!
Eagle
You're on!
I don't
Stay away
even know
from
the
my
word
friend.
defeat.
Mirage!
May a
Be
thousand
still!
gales tear you to
It's
shreds!
on!
Ice
You're on!
tornado! Easy now!
Is this it?
Resuscitation!
None shall escape my judgment.
Here's your healing arc! First aid!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Holy light! Resuscitation!
Not done yet! Be still!
It's weakened.
Soaring Light Spear! This ends now! Try this!
I'll bring you here from death's abyss!
Explosive now!
More
Try harder!
Resuscitation! Raging storm!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Healing circle!
Kisara!
And it's dead.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Now it's just her! Faria, can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
Forgive me. Man, I thought we were goners.
You just broke a
Everything
cord.
okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
you? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to,
Mhm.
so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
Whoop.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnagan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already passed, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Nice
Kisara's
speech.
right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
Huh?
thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad
Alright,
to
can
be
we-
of service.
Can we move on now?
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful. Oh, shit.
Man, we've seen this for
Do you
38
think
hours at
Faria
this
was
point.
really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is,
The same person who's behind all.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back.
It does tell us one thing at least.
There's no question.
By someone capable of getting in.
what is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah,
An owl. Hoo.
it's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
What's going on here?
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her. It reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want Oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the...
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really... And I think... they may be the kinds of truths
I'm sorry about what I...
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way. Soon, we might very well learn the truth. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens, I just need a little...
We are like right at a
That
boss.
vision we saw.
What do you make of it?
Maybe it's trying to tell...
Well, it could be supernatural. You know.
That's your grand theory.
Wait. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether? And what if those with a connection...
You think that's what it was?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will...
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy...
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather?
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years.
The strength of their... Soon, I have to be ready to face anything. I'm determined. Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
Okay, I guess we're forced over here.
This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
A new lead, okay.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dream.
It's off limits even for lords, then?
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the up-
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, sovereigns and forbidden zones weren't
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler. That is what we believed this place. But now, it is finally...
Let's see here. The hall looks damaged. They're all empty. Someone ejected everything into space. Subjects. Oof.
I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make it?
These are experiment records, by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danon astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danon. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Course. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renin citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renins are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it?
You found
Did you find
Control
something?
F?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
Yeah, that's definitely not
They
predictable.
re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's
I think
fair
it's
to say she's
totally
definitely
Gohan
involved
secretly the
somehow.
final boss.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is.
Cutscene
unfortunately.
day, woo.
I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign. And Volron as well.
Renan subject serves this function, providing the Sovereign with supplemental dark art, astral. During the ceremony, it's partially responsible for the energy conversion.
The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain...
Crown contest. During the tension, they're granted level 3 authority. Assigned an ID crest. Section is based only on astral and physical. Over the lords are not the only ones capable of drawing out the Master Core's power. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance in the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, a replacement must be quickly prepared. Following is a report on the second successful case of a sovereign. The subject possessed high latent potential. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors.
Invaluable information.
Only 2 sovereigns. You know, so why has the experiment only succeeded twice? Was there really no other way?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for.
If that were to happen, then
Yeah.
That's right.
If you ever start to lose your way...
And I would be happy to lend...
Master cores are, okay, 6 elements. 5 of these master cores are sent to Earth. Are loaned to the Renan Lords for crown contest. Only the Dark One is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renis Alma is ready to be reformed. Underneath a master core spherical outer layer, there's force field crystal. The extent allowed is determined based on their own individual. Design flaws have been discovered. Due to unsuccessful regeneration of the Renis Alma, Master Cores will cease to be deployed and okay. We got over here. Lenegis. A large-scale astral energy converter primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana, transmit it to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign Maiden and Renis Alma within the center core of Lenegis. It is comprised of a classified and essential personnel resource residence zone around blah blah blah. The outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit with simultaneously functioning stable. Due to its design, the deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause large damage to residential zone. However, because that only takes place during the final stage of the spirit channeling ceremony, no contingency plan is needed. Until that phase, Lenegis serves. Warning, any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. Massive spirit vessel is placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. It serves as a tip of Lenegis conduit. On landing in Dana's waters, it extends 2 sets of conduit pathways. Conducting pathways, a vertical sending to the, meanwhile the horizontal develops the entire. Once activated, it links to the biological spirit vessels placed in each realm, efficiently harvesting the planet's astral energy en masse. The accumulated energy is then transmitted to Rena via Lenegis. Because of the construction and adjustment take place in the Forbidden Zone regulator area, Lenegis' outer layer must be deployed prior to launch. Intending to function semi-autonomously, only maintained by personnel which are expected to manually interface when necessary. No other... Okay. The first one was lost after... okay. Elephant destroyed the first one. The same as the previous models. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planet topography, enabling easier connection to the center. A device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity. It was development for the pacifying. Okay. Containing mental trauma. However, it is not recommended as due to the loss of production facility. Okay. So that's the mask that was placed over. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging on Dana's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter, and that the system is unique in that the elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both... Okay. Serves as the current Lord has achieved this without the use of any special powers. Rather, it has been done by sheer governance. Given this method's effectiveness at population control monitoring, collapse of cognitive facilities such as... Okay. Once the subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own safety. Though such a state that is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable and soldiers in Lenegis who have undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. Wonder if these changed. No. So, in other words, we got a little bit more lore. Gonna be like a cutscene like right here, isn't there? In here. There you are. I knew there was something. What about over here? Room unchanged over 3 centuries. It's like time itself has stopped here. Yeah, because this is where you were for that one flashback. Oh, another flashback. Woo! What is it this time? The helmet.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori.
Whoops.
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it.
Whoop.
I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
When are they gonna
She sure went above and
show
beyond the
that
call of duty.
Dion is...
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her,
Okay, we'll
she
see.
chose to stay put with her
We'll see if my
people.
theory's correct.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She
That
kept her
owl's
promise.
dirty expression, though.
If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
Ow, my eyes, that's bright. This is a boss zone. Don't trust the center of this room. That door looks familiar, the big red door.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori. What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
Whoops.
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danan voice speaking through her?
The owl hat didn't change, though.
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns.
Oh, we had that
Xion.
once.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's
Optimistic?
even
Nah,
the
we can be
slightest hope it
optimistic,
can
just
work,
don't
I'm willing to stake
be
everything I've got
careless.
on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
I don't think it's that
Yeah.
easy.
We can protect the world and
That's
save
not
Xion
as
at the
easy as you
same
make it
time.
sound.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renin lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Xion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori.
Well, okay,
So
now what?
Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Xion.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony, and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it. The reason you lost your...
Is the reason for your
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No. The truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or embracing everyone. I always wished I could experience them
Yes,
for myself
Slap Law.
and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe? I'm so. What if it doesn't?
That's not go. I'm here to forget fate. We're going to live a normal. There are a lot of things you still want to do.
Yeah, it's such a strange. I know, and it's for my sake.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you.
Good. I'll keep on fighting until our future is.
Hmm. Okay. Untamable rage.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less.
Hmm.
From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The one separating the Renans from the Danans.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh?
You inherited that legacy.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way.
Was the background always the colors behind the little chapter preview? Like, I knew the chapter preview changed, but like, is the background also change, or is it always the... We're not gonna have a healing chance? Okay. That probably means we're not at the final boss yet. Or the boss. Maybe not even the
That's quite
final.
some door, all right. This might finally.
We'll find the Renis all.
After everything we've been through,
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys.
Oh, nope, there's another boss fight. Okay, let's go.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even stronger.
in a portion of the city reserved purely
Maybe he just has strange.
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be... Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles.
Hold up,
When a preference is indulged to its extreme,
Mhm.
it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it.
That depends.
The void that art fills isn't the stomach.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Voron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
He's muttering.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
Simple.
What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand. Flaming thrust!
I call upon you!
Dazzle! Soaring light!
Glimmer!
Burn in hell!
In here!
Where are you going?
Not on my watch!
Glimmer dragon!
Oh, Spark, here's a healing art! Rain down and stop! First aid!
Demon Fang!
Reload! More with that
Soaring light spear! Try harder!
Power of water!
Demon Fang! Dazzle! Soaring light spear! I have no limits! Demon Fang! Coming through!
Hit two of them with this.
Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing art to start the win.
I'll tear you apart!
Dazzle!
Magic is out!
Lightning thrust! Mirage! Be
Here's a
still!
healing art!
Mirage! Lightning thrust!
Lightning
Here I
is
go.
out!
Mirage!
You're mine.
Magic
Now or never.
I'm not done!
ready to go!
Eat this!
Inferno punch! Healing circle! I really owe you one. Healing! Reload!
Lightning thrust!
Here, let me help.
Be still!
Here's a healing art!
Mirage! Dazzle! Mirage!
Take those! Magic is out! Seal!
Dazzle!
I never miss! More resistance
Mirage! Lightning thrust!
Air slash! Show you what my heart can do!
Soaring Alpha! Soaring
Carbon knuckle!
Dazzle!
Can't be happening! Come forth and heal it to purity!
It does it!
I can heal it all day!
This one's all mine! Demon Fang!
Oh wow, that was loud.
I'll crush you!
Tenebrous Claw! Lightning Thrust! Mirage! Dazzle!
Vanquish darkness!
Mirage! Lightning Thrust! Mirage! Lightning Thrust! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Try this! Infernal Torrent! Lightning Thrust! You require a hand. Lightning Thrust! Mirage! Dazzle! This should do it! Lightning Thrust! Dazzle! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Try harder! Not a chance! Mirage!
Oh, good. I actually needed that.
Soaring Light Spear! Demon Fang! Soaring Light Spear! Be still! Soaring Light Demon Fang! Soaring Light Alpha!
Far enough! I'm only getting started!
Demon Fang! You'll pay for that!
Magic is holy land!
Oh crap! Wait. Shion, you're not allowed to be dead. Who told you could be dead?
The flames
Be
will
still!
roar! Resuscitate field! I'll be saving this one!
They'll pay for that! Mirage! Lightning Thrust! Inspiration! Lightning Thrust! Lightning Thrust! Mirage!
I'll bring you from death to this! You get the death! In here!
Lightning Thrust!
More power!
Be still!
Leave the chargers to me!
Oh, violent darkness!
You picked the wrong fight!
Not on my watch! I never miss!
Dazzle!
Terminate
Soaring
Ranger.
Light Spear!
Here's a healing
Not my fight! Be still! Stay away from my friend! Lightning Thrust! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Lightning Thrust!
Let me show you what my arms can do!
Demon Fang!
I've let you all down.
Lightning Thrust! Mirage! Be still! It's on!
You get the gist. In here! I'll be saving this one!
Be still!
Raging Cascade!
Rising Phoenix! I have no limits!
I can do it all!
Alpha! Coming through!
And who said you could get that off?
Now!
I don't allow that.
Inferno!
Searing flame! Come
Mirage! Be still! Soaring Light Spear! Lightning Thrust! Mirage! It's on!
Nice while it
Eat
lasts.
dirt! Dazzle!
I've let you all down.
Spear!
Not on my watch!
Lightning Thrust!
Shikazam! I'll bring you back from death abyss!
This should do it!
I'll be saving this!
Dazzle! Soaring Light Spear!
Flame! It'll rise this way!
Lightning Thrust!
Will this help?
Now or never!
Here, let me help! Dragon Show! First aid! Where are you going? Far enough! May a thousand gales tear you to shreds! By the power of water! I can do this all day!
Lightning Thrust!
Laser spear!
Let free! Be still! Mirage! Dazzle! Mirage! Lightning Thrust!
38,000 damage.
Here,
Mirage! Dark Outcome!
Tempest Claw!
Be still! Soaring Light Spear!
Magic is out!
Demon Fang! You may be strong, but I'll never back down! Lightning Thrust!
Almost 15,000, 12,000, 10,000, 7,000. And dead.
Commander of Heaven!
Cyclone! Here's a healing arc! Photon blast! First aid!
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
No. That boss loop wasn't even close.
Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a...
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Danan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Renna this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alva!
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alfred!
Help
Oh no. Neon can fly.
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but
Nah.
hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Like I thought. Not quite the end yet.
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers and Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
Ooh,
That
we're
monstrous
finally
form
going to
for a true
Rena.
identity. I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would...
So what were they?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day?
How about you, Shion? Dohalie?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though?
Both sound plausible to my ears.
Yeah, they did.
No, they can teleport. Why would they blow up? I actually don't know if fast travel's disabled at this time, but like... Yeah, it is. That's what I thought. That's odd that that was refreshed. Almost like there's going to be a boss fight up here. And perhaps it's going to be against Volaron. I don't know. Why would it... Nah, why would it be against Volaron? I wonder if this area is going to still have monsters in it.
Get out of this!
I'm the true gunslinger around here.
You got spirit!
Lay down and purify all!
Demon Fangs, try this!
The enemy wields arms too.
You'll soon see about that.
Demon Fangs!
Here's
Demon Fangs, try this! Fire support! Burn it down!
Take this!
I owe you one!
Bring you down.
Demon Fangs!
Now you see what I can. Astral energy!
Say no more! My turn!
See what happens there as you cross me.
Right
I shouldn't have done that.
Demon Fangs, try this!
Smelling to me.
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Not gonna lie, I just misheard that it's smelling. Leave the smelling to me.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
A comfortable win.
A lot of them aren't back though. That's interesting. I would really prefer not to fight this thing if I didn't have to, because I really don't want to fight that thing.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing. So she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration still a way off.
Uh-oh.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
You just happen to have a sovereign right
Riots
here.
feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldamen and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Ooh, that was perfect timing.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
Democracy.
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Tarnigan's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
Ooh, time to run around in circles talking to people.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have... We should be heading back to the ship. Business.
Ooh. Four AG, wow, that must do a lot of damage.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
Hmm.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave.
You, a Ren?
I was complicit in the Renin system, and when I realized a lord, and yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hand.
I think I can relate. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. Zephyr.
Even if it means... Or, this Zephyr...
There's just... so much I wish I could ask him.
How long have you...
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me.
Why ask me now? But... Yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left.
So basically since the very start of our...
Leave the past where it belongs. If my brother... Well then.
Kisara? Among other things.
You were thinking about...
I was just thinking how good it is. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's...
So...
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it?
Must be that maternal instinct.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first...
A pretty big...
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't... All this has made me realize... If Dohalim can
That's it? Okay, that's it. That's all it was. Even I would have never imagined that it'd be a lord who would end up saving the day. Really is a long way back. Sorry, I think that kid's dead. You've been trying to heal him for like 2 hours. Or her, I don't know. Them. That fire, wow, it's been... It just won't go out, huh? So is... You know, probably would have made sense during that portion to have played as Helene.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The ready answers have to be there.
So, what do we do?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious...
It's also entirely possible that...
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
We just got sucked into a black hole. The end.
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
Oh, so they just...
flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The flower of oblivion.
Oh no.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
Hoot hoot, here comes the owls to save the day.
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right.
Beep 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 beep
Sorry.
beep 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 beep. My favorite.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more remnants here? Or
Perhaps.
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
We missed the mission. No.
Shion, just in the nick.
No!
What the?
No, I'm the...
again, Law? Can't...
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on egg. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about...
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not...
I guess I never really thought about it. Before long, it was just part of... Which isn't to say I did...
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even...
It's fine.
But... I can't even touch you.
I appreciate... Until I get rid of these thorns. Maybe it'll be soon. Maybe...
Yeah.
Yes, poor Alphen getting dissed.
Boo!
Ah! What the?
Oh, come on.
It's called experience.
Yeah, but...
Staying alert is important.
An elevator.
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah,
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was... Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the...
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical body, but to think that they lied to us not only about the
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
That beam of light joining Dana and...
That's what it looked like.
Perhaps it was some kind of direct...
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena
Try to stay calm. What is it?
No, it's just... so much for me,
You made it this... You notice something, you change it. That's all.
Anything around here? Okay. Well, we're gonna end here because it seems like a good spot to end. It seems like something's about to happen. So, thanks for watching. YouTube.